Hello everyone and welcome back to here. Cause what else are we supposed to do? We're here, we're in this mess, and I've been thinking Zoe is probably gonna be is gonna be badass, hopefully. If not, well, we're fucked. Either way, I don't think I can do much at this point. Things are not as bad as they look. That being said, they'll probably get worse in like the next few minutes. Like, I'm talking probably disastrously so. Mental break, resentment. You know, that is exactly what you... Yeah. Diplomacy -2. Oh, I'll just have to endure. Yeah, meeting peers. She is absolutely not having any of it. Yeah, she is in deep shit. Yeah, will it trigger? It doesn't look like it's gonna trigger, but it's probably gonna trigger in like a few months. Games says it's fine. I don't believe it. This is probably gonna go from bad to worse in like a few months. So... She's in such a bad situation, it's not even funny. Okay, we don't have the money. We don't have the power. Game says these factions, like at least one of these factions can pop up at any point. Or like they're on the rise. But why are they on the rise? This one shouldn't be on the rise. This one is not dangerous, not really. Like there's a couple of factions that are at 0 discontent with rising discontent. And it says faction military power above threshold. But they're not. We will have to see. This one I'm surprised, like, well, we only played a couple of days, so things are about to get worse. Like, way worse. And we're about to catch these fuckers. And with this... Herbalist! We are playing in the forest when I suddenly find myself all alone. I could have sworn the others were just behind me. Just as I'm about to start screaming, so that they can find me, not because I'm scared. Of course she's not. I stumble across my mother, Antonia, dressed in a black cloak. She's crouched on the ground inspecting some weird-looking plants, comparing it to the one depicted in a big black tome open on the ground beside her. Has the calling of knowledge led you out here to me? Well, she is a witch and a herbalist. Herbalist is good for us. Is very good for us. Witch, on the other hand, it's not. So we'll try to go for this. We gain the trade herbalist. Perfect stuff. No longer overwhelmed by stress. Nice. Yeah, I would rather watch you train. Let's see. My vassal despot Mahmud. My bad. Vassal despot Mahmud and I are watching the knights train in the courtyard with my knight Boleslava. Yeah, approaches us with a smile. What do you say, children? Think you can handle the basics? No. Stress, critical. That can be a danger, but we are most likely to get one extra prowess. Is that even good? We lose 30 stress no matter what. We can gain respect. We can lose respect. We can gain one martial, but lose respect. Her prowess is not that important, but her martial is way more important because that actually affects your. Well, it affects levy size, which is our own territories. So that's not very vital. Increase your prowess by 1. It's just a 15% chance. Well, I guess it's a 20% chance. You pick up on the basics. Brilliant. Exactly what you want. Now let's watch this battle. Because with this battle, we should slowly get the advantage in this war. Slowly. Okay, we are having... Okay, meeting peers is absolutely a glorious thing. Because we are losing stress left, right, and center. Mainly because we're curious, I think. Okay, so I brought a small book with me, as I usually do. And Julia, the daughter of my vassal despot Andreas, finds me just as I'm settling down to read a few pages. Oh, is that the Trotula? I recently read it. What are your opinions on the prose? Or what is your opinion on the prose? You increase your learning by 1. No. Lose stress, that's the most important thing right now. Lose stress, lose all stress. Enemy combatants captured. Fuck you. Fuck all of you. Suck my balls. This is so good. This is gold. And now we just need to siege stuff. We have all we can get in battles. We have 90 from war score. I think you can't get more than 90. So we're safe. Right now, we are safe from actually losing the war. No matter what happens, we're not gonna lose it. Now we just need to win it. This one is a problem. And which faction keeps growing? This faction keeps growing. Fuck! I knew it! Why do they hate me? Absolute Crown Authority, Tyrant, fair enough. Dynastic Kinslayer, fair enough. Ambitious, high taxes. Short reign. I can't take down the taxes. I can't do much in this situation. This one's gonna trigger at any moment. Faith opinion, helpless. We should be able to win against those fuckers with enough vassals. Not to mention that this faction is currently just slightly... Well, it says 209. Oh, no, that's bad. That means they'll have like 40,000 something dudes. Which is too much for us. That's not the best. That is a bit below perfect, you know? Just a smidge. Liberty War is an enemy. I'll be honest, I don't care who joins at this point. We just need to win this current war. Actually, if we win this current war from Macedonian to Anatolian, I don't care about those two cultures. They're both very much safe for us. Okay. Prisoner and vassal. Actually, he's fine. He is fine. I don't need to care about freeing him. I'm fine with freeing him. As I think about it. Right. Till 61. By 61 it's gonna be too late for me to care, so... Let's do this. Yeah. I think this is the right choice. Get these guys on favors and gain weak hook. Banish. Lose 10 dread. Ransom for a favor, and we don't lose the dread. You owe me a favor now, bitch. You are either gonna give me money. I do not have the money, but I can use the favor. 61. That's enough time for me. I like this faction is either gonna trigger now or like in the next few years or not at all. Is the basic idea. But she could be a great source of income for us later. If we let her rot in prison a bit more. So theoretically that should be fine. Until next time. Nice. Okay. Okay, that takes care of that. Now let's look at you. How can I do this interestingly? Arrange marriage. My cousin, my half-brother. My cousin, yeah, they can't. I'm thinking of making alliances with these fuckers, but I don't know. How about look at these kids and start making alliances based on alliance power? What? Which of course. Oh, they're set on Agiad. Why are they set on Agiad? I don't remember that. Okay. Desperate of Hellas. Good. Get this going. Yeah. Desperate of Hellas. That's one. You are fine. You are married. You are betrothed. You are betrothed. You are betrothed. Wait, was she betrothed? I didn't see. Who was it here? You. Alliance power. County of Osterland. How are you this strong? How do you have 7,000 levies? I don't get this. I just genuinely don't. Burgundia. Isn't she one of the factions? Burgundia, Burgundia, Burgundia. No, she doesn't glow. So she should, but that could secure me a some safety, a bit of a safety net against other factions, which is fine. It's a good thing to have. Who's imprisoned? I can't get them. God damn it all. Okay, this is another alliance, another one for alliance power. The siblings are getting trashed. County of Osterland. Bavaria. Get an alliance rolling with Bavaria. Bavaria is kind of strong right now. Apparently it's very strong. It's weird. I don't know why. And find again more and more alliance power. Let's get Osterland. If it comes down to war, we might as well have them on side. Preemptively. And Chach. Duchy of Chach. I'm gonna be real with you. I think I care more about Bulgaria. To make sure they don't get involved with anything. That's a company, that's duchy. But Bulgaria... If we can make sure they don't get involved in anything, things may be interesting. And the last kid... Alliance power. Egypt. Now, do we go for Egypt? I think we go for Egypt. This might be very stupid because I'm pretty sure you can't get your allies in on a war against a faction. If you're a vassal, if you're allied with a vassal, you can't call them in on a war against a faction. Good. Good. That should mean she can't... Yep. She can no longer fight me. Hey, we're going to favor hook. Now he should also no longer be able to fight me, theoretically. No. I don't get that. Like, I hate this one. Like, they're not supposed to be able to get in a faction against an ally, but they are in a faction against an ally. Because the alliance was formed after the faction was formed. Which is a pain, but there's not much I can do about it. Sorry, what? So you can't be in a faction, but you are in a faction. Excuse you. So I'm guessing that needs to recalculate. So we need to give it some time. Bulgaria. Good enough. Now I wonder, do we have uncles that could do this? Like, aside from our siblings, we could have... Yeah. This is gonna be a pain to sort through. Actually, maybe not. Nah, it's not. It's gonna be fine. You are all married or betrothed, except for you. Except for you. Alliance power. Grand City of Messania. Is that Grand City really strong? I suppose so. So call them in. So in case we need to call them in, let's call them in. You... Yeah, I looked at you, actually. You... Right. Same story. Duchy of Cha. Okay. Now we should have a sort of a buffer in case we need to go to war. Hard. But the question is if that's actually gonna work. If that's gonna be enough. I find that questionable. Alliance formed. Good enough. Alliance formed with the Despot of Egypt. Good man. I am very much aware. I basically gave a bunch of claims to a bunch of people on the Empire. So this will most likely cause a shit show to happen soon. Probably not in Zoe's time. But eventually, all these kids we just married off, all of our siblings, they all have claims, pressed claims, on the Empire, on the Hellenistic Empire, the whole of it. So with time, their kids should have unpressed claims, if I'm not mistaken, which obviously is an issue, but it should be fine, I think. Because they are very unlikely to be able to press them, ever. Well, they just need to declare war on me. But, like, they need to declare war on me over the claims, I believe. Which is possible, but at the same time, it's gonna be a bit dangerous. compassionate. You. Theodora. Why are you a bitch? Hmm? You're trying to put your father on the fucking throne. Why are you a bitch? Sit your ass down. The faction disbanded. Everybody just said, fuck off, we're not doing this. Yet you, here you are, trying to make it happen. Sit your ass down. Go kill a bunch of people. I don't care. Just don't. Pontus. To the abhorrent. To the abhorrent. Well, fuck you. And how is it that these four dudes, well, one dude and 3 dudettes, how is it that they're capable of, okay, they're stronger than us, apparently. And so are these fuckers. Once independence. Of course they are, of course. Why did our military power go so fucking low? It's because there's less factions involved. That might be it. Well, that's a problem. Do we really care to finish this war on 100%? I don't think we do. But at the same time, I feel like we do. Which is a problem, obviously. Because I'm indecisive, and that's not a good thing. Okay, so it recalculated. They're now just slightly strong. Okay, this is a mess. This is a mess. But I feel like we might be able to avoid total war. Maybe. With a bit of luck. We need something cheap to get more troops on the field. 55. Yeah, archers. Get them in. And that should slowly help raise my forces a bit more. Okay. Okay. With a bit of luck, we will avoid another claim on the Empire. In reality, it's probably not gonna happen, but hey. Okay, you... Station besiegers there, go there. Station besiegers here, come here. Okay. This is fine, this is perfectly fine, right? Right. Right. Perfectly fine and safe and dandy, no biggie. This war is over. Locals pacified. That should actually give us a bit more in terms of levies. Yeah. That should give us a bit more in terms of levies. Is not enough, obviously. Georgia, Georgia, Georgia. I can't assassinate people because I'm compassionate. God damn it, Zoe. She followed family tradition and executed a bunch of people at the very beginning of her reign, but she is absolutely not down to kill more people. How fun. How beautiful, isn't it? Great. Station besiegers here, and go back in. Help out the force station there. Hey, that takes care of that battle. Not even sure who these fuckers are. They're not fighting me, but they're fighting over the same piece of land or something, I don't know. And the faction is no longer a danger. The faction is no longer a danger. Barely. It's barely getting better. We might have just been able to avoid total disaster. Like, I don't think it would have been total disaster, but here's the problem with factions in this game. And it's a serious problem. If you think of, when you see a faction in the faction screen about to trigger, and you think, oh, it's just a bunch of dudes, it's just like, you're looking at your troop number, and you're thinking, oh, they have about as many troops as I do, because that's what they need to trigger. So they'll have around 20-something thousand dudes. And you see a bunch of your vassals in that faction, like in this situation. In this situation, they're not strong enough, but like they have a 133% faction power, like military power. That means they have 133% my troop number. So I can't be bothered to make the math on this, but that's over our troop count, and that's not a problem. That's actually safe. That's actually fine. It's not that big of a deal, because they'll be divided. So just spawn your troops, raise your troops in wherever you feel like it's the safest, or where you see a bunch of them gathered up, and pick them off one by one. Eventually you'll grind through them and they'll be done. The problem is, it's almost never that simple. When you're a small one county dude, like one county, when you're a small kingdom, or like a duke, then yeah, sure, a faction is exactly what it looks like. A faction. Just a simple one-off thing. It's probably not gonna be anything crazy. But as you've seen, we've all seen across this series, the bigger you are, the bigger the consequences of a faction. Because a faction is not gonna be just that. It's not gonna be just 20-30,000 dudes coming at you. It will be... Fucking hell. It will be around 20-30,000 dudes, and you will no longer get your levies from those vassals that are rising against you, or counties or anything. Meaning, it's suddenly not you with 20,000 something against 30,000 something. It's you with 18,000 something against just as much, against like 30,000 dudes, which is a problem. That's a big problem. And like I said, the bigger you are, the bigger the consequences of a faction. Not because whatever, you can get allies, it's easy. It's easy to defeat a bigger faction if you yourself are quite big. That's not an issue. The issue shows up when you realize the AI doesn't care. Like, the factions, the AI does not give a shit if you have half the kings in this world as your allies, ready to jump in and smash them. They don't care that you can send 20 letters and raise an army of 100,000 to crush them into oblivion. They only care that you have 20,000 dudes. And if a faction rises against you, you lose, say, 2,000 dudes. Well, there's suddenly a faction somewhere that could raise against you, but previously couldn't raise against you because they only had 20,000 dudes, and they needed more than that. And so on and so forth. And with every faction that rises, you lose levies, you lose power, you lose manpower in this fight. Meaning, more and more factions can rise. Weaker factions, but they add up. They add up significantly. And it's gonna absolutely fuck you up if you're not careful about it. So that's basically what happened in the... I think immediately after Xenon died, or like a generation or two after. She's in a faction. The bitch is in a faction. Fuck her. Like, soon after Xenon died, like either immediately after or a generation after, I don't remember exactly. That's exactly what happened. And that's the chaos that ensued. And that's what happened over the last few episodes, actually. a similar thing happened. No, it was not exactly the same thing, but hey. And it became a shit show because of it. And it could have been a lot worse. Like, it was mild. Last one was mild. It didn't compare to the shit show that could have been. But hey, you're a prisoner, my prisoner. Yeah. Ransom people. Ransom people. Because if you ransom people, you don't have to care about them being in your prison. Holy hell, you have a lot of... Or either I was clicking on you a bunch of times, or you have a lot of people in prison. In my dungeons. Which is sad. It's sad, and I don't care. Well, this is it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. For now, and I do mean just for now, this is still a very powerful faction that could trigger, like, if something goes wrong, we gain a bit of tyranny. Actually, if we lose... I don't think... Oh, boy. If our dread goes down to 75... A couple more kings might join this. You can see where the issue comes from. Because a couple more kings is exactly what they need to trigger this faction. And I'm not sure if I'd be able to stop it again. Because we have no more siblings, and it's always like 14. She's not gonna have kids for at least like 2 years. Well, 3, because the kid needs to be born and it's a bit throwable. Oh boy. Yeah. And yeah, that's a problem. That is a significant problem. She's also stressed, which is not good. But yeah, and minus 10 fertility, stressed. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. So say more than 3 years. 3 years is best case scenario, and that's for only one alliance. We should be fine for now, and just for now we have a bit of breathing room. It's not gonna last long. It's not gonna last long at all. What's this? Terrified. She can get involved soon. Great. But yeah, this is it for this one. We bought somewhat. We bought ourselves enough time to finish this war, and with that, I think we'll gain enough power, both political and military, to stave off any disasters, any shit shows. And Zoe is young. We should be fine for a long time from now on. At least until Zoe dies. After that, it's fair game to... basically for everybody to just shit on us. Anyway, like, subscribe, share, check out my Twitter down below, and see ya.